welcome back to Amelia and Jordan Unleashed.
Your favourite podcast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yours.
Dog.
Yeah. So we're going to talk, we're saying that it's a Tuesday today and it's about to be a really hot week.
It's going to be a scorcher.
Yeah, like 28 degrees. So everybody is trying to put their dog in to get them trimmed right now.
It's gone insane. The phones won't stop. Everyone's panicking.
Yeah. Which is obviously, we love. That's great news. But, yeah, it's a little last minute, but it's okay.
It's like everyone's always surprised when summer comes along. They go, shit, it's hot.
Yeah.
My dog's overheating. Oh my god. It's every year. Like every 6 to 8 weeks they go, oh my god, my dog needs a haircut. What do I do? And then they phone you and they're like, they're overheating, they're massive, they're this. And I'm like, it's cool, chill out. If they get hot, just keep them indoors.
Exactly.
Put some cold on them.
Yeah. Put them on a tiled floor.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to talk about grass seeds.
Yeah.
Yesterday you had a dog in with quite a few. What are the, how do you look out for a grass seed? Obviously, are they just around summer? Are they year round? What is a grass seed?
I mean, all very good questions. There is, when you think about grass seeds or seeds in general, usually it starts early spring is when you really have to keep an eye out for it, up until I want to say about October time, and then in October you tend to get the burrs. Then you have to keep an eye out for burrs. They're not
Burrs.
Burrs, yeah, you
I
know.
thought you said birds.
Birds, yeah. Watch out for the birds, guys. They're vicious. The burrs.
What are burrs?
You know, like burdock, the plant you see when you're out, and they're like the round balls that are like Velcro. You
Okay.
can throw them at people, and they get stuck.
Okay.
So if your dog runs through them, if they're like a typical hedge hippo, they go through. If they've got long hair,
There's so many things to say, which is funny.
If they've got long hair, like typically spaniels. So if you have a working spaniel, you take them out. They're typical nose down to the ground, off they fuck, round into the bushes, come back in their estate. Like they've got brambles, branches coming out of everywhere. Their ears are up on top of their head because of the burrs, the sweethearts. All it is just bush and bracken.
Sticky stuff.
Yeah. They are literally like Velcro. If you put it in your hair, it's a bloody nightmare to get out. You can throw it at t-shirts and they get stuck to t-shirts. They're really fun. But if you've got a long-haired dog, they are a nightmare.
Oh shit.
But before the burrs comes spring, and with spring obviously everything starts to flower and seed. The biggest danger to dogs typically is your grass seed, which I think is called your foxtail grass seed. So, I mean, about now, when you go out on a dog walk and it's somewhere with long grass, if you look at the top of the flowering grass, it kind of looks like wheat. When you go over it, pick it off, have a look. If you pick it off and you pick one of the grass seeds, it feels, again, sort of like Velcro on the end. And if you look really closely, you can see it sort of feather up. And the way the grass seeds are, designed by nature, is that they want to hook onto something, burrow in to grow. All it is just trying to survive,
They're alive.
I guess everything is, isn't it?
Oh, that's weird.
Too deep, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like a little grass sperm.
Yeah, basically that. It just wants to go and fertilise things. But it's all part of like dandelions when they flower. When they're ready to flower, their seeds will want to take off so they can go and land somewhere else so they can flower again. It's the same with your grass seeds, but because of the way they're designed, they are designed to get stuck into things, to work their way down so they can then germinate and seed up. If they get into your dogs, typically it tends to be their toes, their armpits, groin area. You have to be really careful, they don't go up their nose, in their mouth, eyes, ears.
I often see, when Roby's out and about now, little green like pellets almost, like all in
Yeah.
her eyes.
Like tiny
Yeah.
little like soft seeds almost.
Yeah.
So you've got like different types of grass seed, just to be really confusing. So those ones, like if you're walking, you just hit it, they tend to fall off, and it's just when dogs start running through things, they just naturally fall off. But luckily, those little ones, dogs' eyes tend to just
Push them out.
Yeah, once push them out, you can see them, wipe them out, done. The foxtails are a different issue because you can't see them as easily always, and they do like to congregate in areas that maybe you don't typically check or see as much. So in between their toes, some dogs can have really deep pocketed toes. So you spread your dog's paws, you can have like a quick check. Sometimes at the back of the toes they go really high up, and I find dogs that have those tend to suffer more with grass seeds because you don't tend to check that far back.
Is that a breed specific thing? Because like lambs have like webbed feet.
Yeah.
So would that mean they have skin that comes further down, or?
So with webbed feet, yeah, you're right. As they spread their toes, it tends to be like from the bottom of their claw set, it sort of comes down and webs. Just how them swim. The breeds we tend to see grass seeds in most often tend to be spaniel types. So dogs that typically have more of those like grinchy feet. They are on their feet all the time. They just go off. They want to be in fields. I'd say more your working breeds will suffer the most. But then you've got like your cockapoos, which are crossed with working breeds. So obviously they want to go in, and grass seeds will just
do the
keep
same
coming.
thing.
Yeah. When grass seeds get in, they won't always bury into the skin. If left, they will. They will dig a hole into your dog's skin, which it sounds absolutely nuts, but that's what the plant is trying to do, because they don't know it, they're in a dog's paw. They think it's in the ground. So
it's so crazy because it really sounds like a little alive alien thing. Yeah, like what the hell?
The invasion of grass seeds.
Oh my god.
It is terrifying. I mean, I've worked with animals for about 12 years now, and you hear some real horror stories of grass seeds. Like, there was one Labrador, very sadly passed away. I think she may have inhaled a grass seed, but it got buried into her lung, created an abscess in her lung. She just started getting a bit lethargic, they didn't know what's going on, went to the vets, and by that time, sadly it was too late, because she had like septicemia.
Oh no.
And it's all because of a grass seed. And she was I think she was about 8, so a fairly young Labrador, really.
Yeah.
But we see it all the time, where, particularly in their armpits or in their toes, once that little hole creates, if you don't get there on time, sometimes you can see the grass seed half sticking out. So then you want to extract it, make sure you get the full grass seed out, which is the most important part. If you leave any bit of that in, it will continue to bury in, and they can work their way up their arms, into their lungs. It's horrid.
It's absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Do you think the grass seed is like, I don't know, going towards a vibration or something? Like, it seems odd that it can just bury.
Yeah, and wants to...
Like, I guess the earth has like a beat or some kind of energy.
Yeah.
And they just think that the dog is that.
And they could well do, and I suppose also
So
because the dog's skin is warm, the earth is warm, isn't it? Around this time of year, they want to go somewhere warm to will be able to...
Seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you do have to pay a special attention to it, and I'd almost say if you have a dog that has hairy feet, if they get groomed, whatever, like, your dog might look a bit wacky, but if you've got a poodle cross breed, ask for a poodle foot. Just have a poodle foot done. It saves that risk, that elimination. It's so much easier to see exactly what's going on with your dog's feet. You eliminate that risk.
It's just for summer.
It's just for summer.
Also, that's their sweat gland, so that would keep them cooler as well, to have
So
less hair on the
much
feet.
Yeah, 100%. And it's the same with their ears. Like, we usually ask owners if they want us to clip the inside of their ears and the outside, because you're not having loads of seeds getting caught in all that hair that then becomes really uncomfortable to have it brushed out. But grass seeds can go into the ears channels. Quite often, if they go down into the ear canal, your dog will like keep shaking its head, go a bit crazy, and then you have to go to the vets. And most of the time, they have to be knocked out to have that grass seed pulled out, which sometimes can't be helped. Like, if your dog's running along, grass seed goes in. By the time the end of the walk, it's in pretty damn deep. And you don't want to risk their eardrum or their comfort going in to get it yourself. It's the same if your dog's like a real sniffer. Once it goes up the nose, like, they can have sneezing fits, but obviously it's irritating them. It's like us, if we breathe in irritants, like our nose is irritated, we want to sneeze loads to try and get it out. But there's a lot of different signs to look out for when it comes to grass seeds to make sure that nothing is going to be a detriment to their health. Keeping them regularly groomed is essential. You know, whether you say in the summer, I know my dog looks great with feathers, but actually let's just take them off.
Yeah.
Let's keep my dog cool. Make my life easier as well. Like with spaniels, we always recommend doing, like, we call it a cap foot, which is basically just like a nice neat foot. There's no grinchy hair. I mean, I love a grinchy toe, but if they're an outdoor
TMI.
Oh dear. Can't move on from that now.
Sorry.
But yeah, shave your toes.
Basically, what you're trying to eliminate is most people don't have the time.
Yeah.
After every single walk to go through as meticulously as a groomer does for 2 hours. So make it as easy as possible.
Yeah. Take your dog short. They'll thank you. No dog wants to be long in this weather if their coat allows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And grass seeds can kill.
Grass seeds can kill,
Basically.
and they will. Yeah, we've seen it. I've actually probably come across quite a few dogs or owners that have sadly lost their life, or they've had to have operations because of grass seeds. We had a dog in last year that I had to refer on to the vets. She was like an 8-year-old cocker, very matted. Her armpits were like solid, so her little leg bless her was like stuck down to the side.
Aww.
And she's a country dog. She loves going out running and
Yeah.
in her toes, so she had grinchy toes. But they were really matted, and inside the mats were like this whole host of grass seeds. So once we clipped out all of her toes, you just had these clumps of hair and grass seed. But when you looked further back, you could see like entry holes from the grass seeds that luckily we'd managed to get out with the matting. But with her armpits, where it's such a high friction area, unlike the toes are quite high friction, but the armpits particularly, where they were so matted, once we managed to carefully remove it, because you can't really lift their leg up because it pulls and it hurts, she had, I think it was about 8 holes where you could see the grass seeds had really tried to work their way in. And I was worried that, because you don't know if every grass seeds come out, so I said to the mum, like, I do recommend you go to the vets. Some of the holes looked a bit infected where they'd been left so long, and obviously she's a dirty dog. She's going out living the best boggy life. But because of that, you have a whole host of different problems that can come from it. Like, because of that, she could now be, I haven't seen her in a while, but she could be really sensitive about having her armpits touched because of it. She could be really toe sensitive because she remembers it hurting and her toes spreading out, but also being left for so long, that can totally mess up her alignment for how she stands and how she runs if she's used to there being pain and matting. Yeah. So we always say once we've removed matting on a dog, they will act weird for 24 hours. Mm-hmm. They will. It feels weird. They can finally feel like you touch them or like the wind in their hair. Oh my God. It feels
bizarre. Can like wiggles.
Yeah. They're like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, they can actually move.
Yeah, but just keep your dog regularly groomed. Mm-hmm. If you like to have your dog natural, but you do find the feet getting annoying, like just phone your groomer. Like we're more than happy to just do a quick foot trim. Yeah. Just to keep your dog healthy. That's our priority. Like we don't want dogs coming in covered in grass seeds. We don't. We want to educate you guys on how to prevent that and stop it. How to be vigilant for it, what to look out for. Are they sneezing? Are they shaking their head excessively? When you if you push up on their, I think we call it the D-pad, which is their big pad underneath. If you push up on the corner of that, you'll start to spread their toes. And if you push up on each toe from underneath, you can spread them all out. Once they're like that, if you use your other hand and just carefully feel in. Basically, you just want to see if there's anything spiky. Does it feel like the hair's matted? Can you feel anything that shouldn't be there? If the answer is yes, can you see what's there? If the answer is no, call up your groomer. If your dog lets you handle them and you're happy handling them, if you've got like a little pair of clippers, see if you can clip it out. I don't recommend owners using scissors in those areas. It takes one slip and that's a whole host of pain for you and your dog. But just be mindful, like just really check through, please.
Is there, so obviously long grass is probably the one place you're going to find this, because if it's cut grass, they haven't had a chance to seed.
Yeah.
So could you just avoid long grass?
You could, absolutely. Yeah, because I mean the other thing with long grass is you've got all that pollen as well. So if you're a person that has pretty bad allergies, or your dog is, just save the arseache.
Yeah,
go
just avoid it.
Go to woodland, like, just avoid it.
Or the park where somebody's actually cut the grass or something, and
Yeah.
just try and stick to that.
Yeah.
Obviously it's harder, like you say, with the working breeds, because they enjoy going off piste wherever you go.
Yeah.
But there are ways to kind of prevent those things happening, I guess. Hard in the country, but...
It is hard in the country, but also in the country you're quite lucky because there's so many like woodland walks that have walkways built through them. That fly's got it out for you. It's come for you at least 3 times now.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very slow. Sorry. Fly heavy in her.
But yeah, like, just do some research or go to water. Usually where there's water, there's not really loads of long grass because everyone goes there. Mix it up. You can avoid long grass. It's not the end of the world.
There's some really good tips. I think, there's so many things maybe people don't think about.
Yeah.
So just highlighting them with the seasons is great. I mean, you see it all the time.
We do see a lot upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something really... The groom room is upstairs.
Go away, fly. So 3 top tips of kind of how to prevent something really bad happening with a grass seed.
Okay. Avoid long grass areas.
Okay.
Long grassed areas.
Avoid long grass.
Yeah, that's it.
You can avoid ticks that way too.
Yes. Yeah. Check your dogs regularly. And when we say regularly, like, you don't have to be like, oh my god, I have to check them after every single walk. If you've gone through somewhere with long grass or heavily seeded areas, that kind of thing, check them a couple of times a week when they're like chill on the sofa next to you. Check them over then, like make it part of like a really nice like grooming routine for them. You're just giving them some love. You're not making it stressful. You're not like, oh my god, give me your foot, you might have a grass seed. Like, just make it enjoyable for you and the dog. So then your dog's not going, off my foot, what are you doing? Like, just give them a little massage.
A little paw massage.
Yeah, if you've got someone else at home, get them involved too. Like, just make it nice. There's no reason it shouldn't be.
And just if you felt something odd, then inspect further.
Yeah, and if you do have a dog that is really uncomfortable with having their feet touched or is really touch adverse, like there's a couple of dogs I know of that if you focus in one area, they get really freaked out. Good luck. No, I'm joking. But there's different ways to work around it. Work with a trainer. Figure out, why is your dog being reactive? Actually, are they in pain? Is there something going on? Or if you have them muzzle trained, pop a muzzle on. Make it so you're not being injured, but your dog's also not stressed. Yeah. Get someone to help you. If you've got a good vets, they must do like free little checks. You go in, hopefully. Sorry if you don't. But also your groomers, like, just give us a call. Like, we've got tables, we've got restraints. We're not gonna like tie your dog up really tight or anything. We just want them to be healthy. Yeah,
it's just for safety.
Yeah, it is just for safety. Like, or we can work on some positive reinforcement. Same with you and your dog. If they're having their paws touched, try and teach them paw. Make it so they get a reward from it every time. Put a long-lasting chew in their mouth. Like, just make it fun.
Peanut butter on your head.
Yeah, peanut butter on your head, unless they like to bite your face. And then don't do that.
Yeah, not on your nose.
No.
And then just keep them groomed.
Yeah, regular grooming, whether it's at home, with a professional, just regular grooming. Especially with the heat, we can help keep them cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Everyone should be grass seed free.
Yeah. Seed free.
Oh, they're really creepy.
They are creepy. I mean, have you ever walked through, like, and you got them stuck in your trainers?
No.
So, I think it was last year, I was walking through a field, I was wearing, like, Vans like these, and I looked down, and I had loads of foxtails. I was like, what the hell's that itching? Like, all, like, trying to work their way into the padding of my shoe. And it's so interesting when you, like, take it out and you try and dissect it, like, just how, I don't know, sticky is the right word? Like, they're, like, hooked almost. Like, how barbed might be the right word. They do just want to dig in.
Like a hook for fish.
Yeah, exactly like that. And it's all one way. Like when you look at the grass seed, they come out like.
It's like the more you struggle, the more it goes in, or something.
Yeah.
Like the worse it gets.
Yeah.
Which I guess is like why they like high friction areas, because it actually helps them to move.
Yeah, they get that movement to dig in somewhere.
Gosh.
Yeah, they are scary.
The
I'm scared of them.
The dog that had quite a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
When you spoke to the owners, was it something that they hadn't noticed, or that they had noticed and they thought wasn't an issue?
It's kind of a mixture of both. I don't think they've noticed just how many there were in each foot.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those situations where the matting in between her toes probably helped her out a little bit, because it made it harder for the grass seeds to go through, but then it does act like a grass seed magnet. The dog in question is a 8 or 9 month old giant schnauzer, and she is very lively.
And cute.
She's cute. Bless it. She did have a lot of seeds all over her, like down her jacket and in between her eyes.
I think
and her beard.
actually when I stroked her back, I removed a couple even before she went upstairs.
You can really feel them. And they said they tried to remove some, but they do struggle because she is quite boisterous.
Okay.
And she does like to take the mick with them particularly. But they were aware. I don't think they were aware of the extent. But I'm hoping that they're now going to keep a bit more of an eye out. We've gone nice and short in between her toes to help out, and just shorter on her legs and body. I also recommended getting some conditioning spray for dogs. If your dog has seeds in them and they're barbed, or they are like the burrs, conditioning spray is honestly the greatest thing ever.
Really?
Yeah. Just spray your dogs down, get your slicker brush, they'll come through so much nicer. It's like us when we have knotty hair. You want to put conditioner in, it needs that like little bit of like greasiness to come through.
Yeah.
It's the exact same with dogs. Also, if you have a coat that needs brushing regularly, you should always be spraying it with conditioning spray before you start brushing them. Protects the coat, protects the curls, the integrity of the coat. Like, it is so much better.
I guess it doesn't make it like frizzy either.
It's exactly that. And like sometimes if you brush your dog's coat, like you can overbrush, you can damage the hair structure because there's nothing on top of it to what's the right word? It's like us when we don't use heat defense on our hair continuously. Our hair will then start to die off and snap and break.
Yeah.
It's the same with brushing. You just have to be a bit mindful to enrich the hair before you start brushing it. If that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Sweet. Cool. I don't have to worry too much with a Labrador though.
Not at all. No.
No.
I don't think that. I wonder whether with a double coat, even the grass seeds, they do attach, definitely.
Yeah. I think because the double coat, the hair structure is hollow. It's just not as sticky.
Yeah.
Like spaniel ears will attract anything and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
I've
they just
seen
look at a bush and
photos.
it's like nuts.
So much. I mean, that must take hours to get rid of.
Yeah. I would just use a 7F.
We'll just shave it off.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that helped everyone with grass seeds. Something that, maybe people don't really think about or know the extent of what a grass seed can do.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they could burrow. It's so creepy.
Next time we have one upstairs, I'll shout for you.
We should jar it and see how long it takes to burrow into soil.
Or just put loads of like dog hair. Be like, right, go on then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. Put it on heat source underneath. Okay. Next to our jar of ticks.
Come on, guys. Bring us some grass seeds. Nice. Good tips, Jordan.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. See you next time.